This is a Volkswagen Dasher wagon from a 1974 football program from the American Football League, called Football World. I happened to run across this advertisement when I was looking at the magazine, and about the Volkswagen Dasher. Hello, welcome to another episode of This, That, and the Other, and lately, I've been running out of ideas on what to discuss on the show, but I always come up with something. And I saw this advertisement in Football World magazine about the Volkswagen Dasher, about how efficient of a car it is. No other wagon has all this, or is likely to, not for years. Kind of interesting. If you look closely, you can see, maybe not, but they've got the spare tire on the back of the station wagon, right where out in plain sight. I do remember these wheels from when my dad had a VW Rabbit. It says Volkswagen calls it the perfect station wagon for its time. Dasher is a powerful car that also gets about 25 miles to the gallon. That was a popular idea back then. It's small enough to be a cinch to park, big enough to come with a specially designed rear suspension for taking heavy loads, and low loading platform that means no muscle required for loading groceries, bicycles, etc. Dasher has front wheel drive that does some nifty road holding, loaded or unloaded, wet roads and dry. It only needs maintenance once every 10,000 miles. That's interesting. I've never run across a car that's needed maintenance every 10,000 miles. I mean, I've needed oil changes every 5,000. It has the amazing skid breaker. When one side of the car is racing on a wet or slippery surface, skid breaker forces the Dasher to move in a straight line as you brake. Interesting. If the Dasher wagon sounds ahead of its time, you're right, it is. But it's also at your nearest Volkswagen dealer now. Dasher, a new kind of Volkswagen. I do remember these being on the road. And I found a little bit of information on it on the internet. North America was called the Volkswagen Dasher. It was called the Passat in Germany. The 3x5 door hatchback and station wagon model were launched in North America for and during the 1974 model year. Sole available engine was a carbureted 1.5 inline Ford developing 755 horsepower, supplanted from model year 1976 by Bosch. Fuel injected 1.6 i4 78 horsepower. North American cars were equipped with a single dot standard headlights. 1978, the Dasher received a facelift along the lines of the European Passat, with quad seal beamed headlights and big polyurethane covered bumpers. The trim was also upgraded, and Ride Soft in 1979 saw the introduction of the 1.5 diesel engine, which produced just 48 PS in the 1130 kilogram, 2,500 pound car. This version was not available as an Audi 100 kilometer H time for the diesel was 19.4 seconds, 6.2 seconds slower than the gas petrol engine. All gasoline engines were dropped for North America in 1981 in preparation for the next generation. That's interesting looking car. I did see that there's quite a few being sold on eBay, and that was basically what I was able to get on the car. I know my dad bought a VW Rabbit, and he said it was the worst buy I ever made. That thing turned out to be terrible. He had a VW Bug, and we lived overseas, Okinawa, and it was a really good car, but the Rabbit was a terrible car. And I get the impression that maybe this thing was too. I don't see them on the road much anymore, and I don't know. Haven't really gotten any feedback on the Volkswagen Dasher, how it was, but the advertisement made it out to be like one of the best cars ever. And as always, like, subscribe. Looking for a partner to help me do the show. As always, thanks for watching.